friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. And also real quick, I want to let you know I'm live in 3 locations at the same time this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be on a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. Clicking that link just allows StreamYard, my multi-streaming software, to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. You can choose not to click that link. That's just fine. I'll still interact. I'll still say hi. I'll still answer any questions. I may not know, however, who I'm interacting with because you'll show up as Facebook user in my comments instead of under your name and profile pic. And as always, throughout this project, if you like what you see, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and social media world. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, follow, subscribe, depending on what platform you're on. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. With that, I'm going to look over here at my comments. Jason is watching from upstairs this evening. And I do want to say thank you to any of my followers that prayed for our dog Boris. On Friday, we found out he had a large mass on his spleen, so he went into surgery on Monday. We kind of just treated the weekend like it might possibly be his last because there was a possibility of that, but he came through very well. They removed a 2-pound mass from his spleen or from his torso along with his spleen. They'll send that off to pathology, and he came home today. So thank you so much for your prayers. We felt them, Boris felt them, and we're just glad that he's back with us. So that's why Jason's upstairs, trying to keep the dog separated at least tonight, just so everyone can get readjusted. Kendria is on. Welcome. It's been a while. She says she's driving and watching. Well, hopefully you're riding and watching. And I see that Miss Stacia is on. So welcome. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. So we're going to do a couple of things tonight. I never got around to doing part 3 of my t-shirts. So we did part 1 last and 2 last week. So just a quick rundown. I don't know where the other piece is. Took this wood heart cutout, put it halfway onto my piece of paper, cut out that heart. The heart became a mask for my t-shirt, and I took some paint daubers and our chalk and our Couture ink, and I literally just dabbed on different little splotches of ink. So I used pink, it's probably it's either peony or marvelous, probably peony, red, white, and a little bit of gold. And so we made a cute little cutout with our ink daubers, and then I let that dry a couple of days, and then I came back on for part 2, and we added the word love. Kendra says, oh, you're driving and listening. Well, I'm glad you're not driving and watching. So it's been drying for about a week, so we are going to heat set it tonight. So I just have, this is actually a heat press replacement pad. I don't have a heat press, but I bought the replacement pad because I use it usually with my Cricut Easy Press. But tonight we're going to go old school. I didn't really want to drag out my Easy Press, so I just have my handy dandy little $13 travel iron from Walmart. And let me put this up really quick. These are the instructions for heat setting your ink. So you use a home iron on medium or the setting that's closest to your fabric, or the fabric of your garment that you are heat setting. Use small circular motions. I would not do it for 4 minutes. I would do it for about 30 seconds to a minute per side. You can kind of tell when it's heat set, it gets a little less tacky. If you're using a heat press or an easy press, you can set that to 305. Put your parchment paper down and do heat set both sides for 30 seconds. So that is those instructions. So I have mine set to medium. This one just kind of just has temperature settings. So I have my parchment paper laid down, and I'm just going to gently move my iron over my design. So this will make your ink permanent so that you can wash it. I'm just going to check it every now and then. I might turn it up just a skosh. So I'm just going to keep pressing it for just a little bit. So how was everyone's weekend? How's everyone's week been? And is everybody glad that today is finally the end of January? I swear, December felt like it was 4 days long, but January felt like it was 437 days long. That's better. There's a kind of a rough feeling when it's not heat set, but once it's heat set, it feels like it becomes kind of one with the fabric. It's kind of interesting how it works. Turn it up just a skosh. I'm just going to do a little bit more, and then I will flip it inside out, and I will heat set it from the back side. And that'll heat set any ink that might have bled through to the underside. Make sure we get this down here. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's flip it inside out. Hopefully I didn't do it very crooked, but I think it's slightly askew. T-shirts usually are. I need to figure out a better way to make sure it doesn't get crooked. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of ink on the back, so I do like to heat set that. I'm going to put my parchment paper on the inside, and then I'm just going to go over the back a little bit. Might not be hot enough. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'll take my parchment paper out. Kendra says it seems like we were just celebrating Christmas. Really? Christmas feels like it was like 4 months ago. Just January was so long. But it was kind of a nice change from the fast-paced December. I swear, it doesn't matter how hard I try to work to keep December from being so busy. It just usually always is. Like, we don't have parties to go to. Of course, I think part of our issue is all of our family's out of town. So, like, we literally traveled 3 of the 5 weekends. Okay, I think that's better. I'm going to get this one little dot over here because it was pretty thick. pretty good. A couple of more of these. Okay, I think we're good on that. That feels pretty good. So there is our cute little Valentine's Day t-shirt. I think it's adorable. I love the little heart mask that we made. Nothing fancy. I just got some cardstock out of my stash. Okay, I'm gonna unplug my iron real quick. And then I'm gonna plug in my glue gun and hopefully not burn myself. So now we'll go on to our actual project, but I wanted to finish that with you guys. So let's put our t-shirt away. So we are going to be doing our wreath, our paper bag wreath that we just did literally a month ago for Christmas. So we're going to do it for, we're going to change it out for Valentine's Day. So remember, this is our big paper bag wreath. So I had created a little Noel sign and I had made a cute bow. So we're just going to take it apart. And if you want to know how I made the paper bag, I made it wreath. I made it a couple years ago around Christmas time. So I have a couple of different videos on how to make these. I also have they're just made out of literally lunch sacks. Hey, Miss Kim. Kim is yelling at Kendra, you better not be texting and driving. She says she's driving and listening. But yeah, how are you commenting if you're driving? Here is either an 8-inch or a 10-inch. I think it's an 8-inch wreath that I also made from paper bags. These are bags that have been cut in half. I just think this is such a cute little wreath. Super easy, inexpensive. Even kids could do it. And I think it looks like dried apples when you're finished. It's kind of what it reminds me of. So I'm just deconstructing this one. And then I'll show you the accessories I got for the Valentine's Day one. So let's take that apart. And I'll save these. I'll probably take everything apart and save the components. Okay, so this is literally just on a metal frame that I've cut. And these are literally just paper bag donuts. So I'm going to use, this is just a found surface. I think it's probably from Target. I got it in a stash of stuff when I bought out a former Couture designer. And then I'm going to be using an oldie but goodie. This transfer is actually from 2019. And if you are interested in it, I actually have 3 for sale. So just hit me up in the comments or in my messages. I do have 3 of these available, but they are no longer available. But we'll be using mine. And then, so we'll be adding that surface. And then I already had this ribbon in my stash. So these little red hearts. I found some red sparkly polka dot ribbon. I have red and white buffalo check or gingham. And then I found this at Dollar Tree. It has a little bit of red sparkle and then some pink and red hearts. And then I found some little heart lights that I'm going to add to the bow. Kendra says she's talk texting. Well, it's a good thing you have Kim to take care of you. Otherwise, you'd probably crash. Okay, so let's put our ribbon and our wreath away. You can see my craft room. I have a step ladder over to my side. It's kind of my side table right now because my real side table is full of crap. I believe this is from Target, but again, it was in a stash of stuff from when I bought out another designer. And no, I'm not buying out any more designers, Kim. I'm done. I have too much stuff. Okay, I think I'll just rip this. So I'm going to use this surface. I can figure out how to tear that. Okay. So Kendria, are you driving home from work? And how long of a commute do you have? Just out of curiosity. Good grief. That's taking way too long. Packaging 1, Robin 0. Okay, so this is our cute little sign. I'm going to take this out for right now, just so it doesn't get in the way. So I believe Kendra says she's driving home from your parents' house. They live about 45 minutes away. And you are in Mississippi? Is that correct? Arkansas, Mississippi. I think Mississippi, if I remember correctly. Okay, so this again is from 2019. I don't remember. I don't think it was a Club Couture transfer, but it must have been, because I have 3. There wouldn't have been any reason for other designers to have. But maybe it was a regular transfer. I don't know. I have too many. And if nobody wants those, then I think I'm going to try to do like a mini live sale on Sunday that will include winter and Valentine's Day transfers. And they will be lower, probably either at designer prices or lower. Kendra says Mississippi. That's what I thought. So these are reusable silkscreen transfers. And because they're reusable, I want to make sure I note the back side, especially if they are older designs, because it's kind of hard to tell sometimes which side is the front and the back. So because these are reusable, I have to return it to this backer sheet before I store it away. So now I know that this is the back side and this is the front side. I also need to fuzz my transfer. And that means, because this is sticky backed and this is a wood, probably faux wood surface, this could have the possibility of pulling up some of those fibers, or it would stick so hard to this surface that when I pulled it up, it would stretch or distort my transfer. So I need to knock back a little bit of my adhesive on my fuzz cloth, and it's just a terry cloth towel, which is odd because it feels sticky, but it's not sticking to the towel at all. That's weird. And there's hairs on it, long hairs, which are not mine. And I wouldn't normally worry about them, but they're going across the silkscreen areas. Okay, so let's just keep fuzzing this. So I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive on the back side, just so it's not so sticky. And I'm also going to wax my surface. So I just have some surface wax. I just want to get a little bit on my applicator. You can use a sock, a t-shirt, a rag, a paper towel, or you can use one of the Couture wax applicators. So what this is going to do is it's going to act as a barrier between my wood surface and my transfer. It's also going to fill in any of those little nooks and crannies of the uneven wood surface to keep my paste from bleeding as much. And it's going to protect the wood surface from being damaged by the sticky side of my transfer. Ooh, this is such a arm workout. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to kind of burnish all of that wax into the surface of the wood. Okay, whew. So you can see I've kind of made my surface a little shiny. So it's all waxed up. Hopefully that helps. I'm out of breath. So put that away. Okie doke. So I'm just going to lay my transfer down. I'm going to try to center it. Let's get a center point. So I'm going to line the V and the Y up and my edges. And I'm going to pinch in the middle with my left hand. That's going to put a little crease right here. And so I can kind of match it up with the point of that sign. I need to be leery or cognizant of where my hanging holes are, right where my apostrophe is, which is fine. The other one's right there. Okay, so I'm going to burnish really good so I can seal down where all of the silk screen is. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So the colors I chose are cherry, couture teal, shimmer frost, and storm. I know it's kind of an odd color combination, but I thought it would be fun. So I think that's what we'll use. I could add in some pink, although now that I look at this ribbon, although there might be some light pink, so maybe we could add in, if I have any, some Marvelous, maybe. I don't know. I think there's just so much red. I think I should steer clear of pink. So let's open up our pastes. Let's see what they look like. Storm maybe questionable. Okay, so let's get some squeegees out. We only need 4, Robin. Okay, so I think it's going to be obvious that we do. I have something right there. Probably a piece of wax. that Valentine's Day be in red. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to flip this around. We'll do that in cherry red. So I'm just dipping my squeegee into my paste. Now I'm going to do the chalk and pull method, or the paste and pull method. So I'm going to do a little bit at a time, and then I'm going to pull that area up to release the paste from the silk screen so that it does not dry in the silk screen. If your paste dries in the silk screen, when you go to pull it up, you'll just pull everything. Everything will come up together, and that's no bueno. Make sure I get the tips and the toes of each of my letters. And I don't have my quick dry tool is. No, but I have a hair dryer. I still have things packed up from the party I had on Saturday. But we'll just use this hair dryer. See, I'm going to pull that up. And we'll go ahead and dry that area. So did all my southern friends survive their polar weather? Oh man. Got red everywhere. Let's do Couture teal here where it says love. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that up just because my teal is a little stiff. It's a little more dry than my other one, so I don't want it to, it's going to dry faster because it has less moisture. So just to be on the safe side, I'll pull that area up. I'll burnish down here where it says hugs and kisses. And let's do that in Storm. I think, no. Ooh, that's stiff. We may not use Storm. We'll see. Let's do it in Shimmer Frost. You could pull out silver. Could also pull out Dear Diary, but it was one of the Creative Kickstart colors, but I think it's already sold out, which today's the last day you could qualify to earn it for free. Just got red everywhere. Okay, so let's pull that off. I love the shimmer colors. I think instead of storm, I'll do silver. I'll have to give that some TLC. So let's pull out silver. Find it. Okay, so miss. There it is. Pink. Okay, let's use that one instead. Okay, so we'll come down here. We'll burnish the XOXO. We'll use cherry again. I think we're going to go ahead and just use silver. The cherry's pretty wet, so I don't think it'll dry before I get done. So I'll be posting hopefully in the next couple of days, if not this weekend, because we have a new product or a new catalog launch on the 6th. Lots of fun stuff. Okay, so let's pull that up. So there's not a lot of difference between the silver and the frost, but that's my own fault. So I think we'll just do I think we'll do turquoise. I almost think I should pick a different color for a door, but I don't know what. And then I was going to do February 14th red again. I think we'll do Sweetheart in teal. Oops, that's way too much, Robin. Make sure that's good and burnished. So I can get the bottoms. Jason says, love my color choices. Of course, these are my Biz colors too. But thank you. I'm gonna have to get some more teal. And I need to clean that up because don't do that. Don't do what I do. Don't leave all that gunk on the side because then that's what dries your paste out faster. Okay, let's dry that. And then we'll do a door in Shimmer Frost. And then let's do, I have a little bit of work time because the shimmer paste have a lot longer drying time. So I have a little bit more time to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this out and do February 14th in Cherry. I'm just making sure I even out my squeegee lines because those, if you leave those, they will dry into your design. Okay. I'm gonna pop those on real quick and get them put away, cleaned up and put away later. If I don't get this red off of my fingers, it will end up everywhere. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that. Okay, so I'm gonna go pop this over in my sink and kind of spray it down just so it can kind of hang out while I'm finishing up. Too long. Okay, let's get this dried up. Looks really cute. Okay. That's pretty dry. So there is the sign. If you can see any of that white sparkle. There's the shimmer silver. There's a little bit of that white down in the word adore. Okie doke. Let's see if I can get this put back in. So I'm going to string this back in, but the end is kind of unraveling. Oopsie. Oh man. Totally unraveling. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the placement tape to kind of wrap the end so I can get it back through the hole. And I kind of liked the fact that they had the knots in the front. I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to re-knot this as best as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that off, the excess. Okay, so let's put that away. So there's our hanger back. Let's get our wreath in here. Oops, smooth these dirty squeegees. Otherwise, that will end up all over my wreath. Okay, we need to do a little cleaning here, Robin. I'm just going to get these out of the way. I'm going to clear the mess. Otherwise, see, I'll end up with it all over my hands, which I just got teal all over my hands. Okay. Okay, now let's bring our wreath in. So this is the top up here. That's where I have the hanger. So I think I will probably just, you know what I should have done? I should have, darn it, should have tied it around the wreath. Still might. Let's do that instead. So I think I just want it to sit there, and then I'll have my bow. Or I think I like it off center. So let's untie this again, and I'm going to wrap it around the wreath itself. So let's put our little tape back on the top. Just to kind of keep it from totally unraveling. Give it a wee bit of a twist. Okay, so I'm going to just pull my wreath apart, the little bag segments, and then I'm going to put it through here. I'm actually maybe going to tie it tighter. And then I don't have to create anything else. I may have to make something down here to keep it from totally sagging, but I think this will work. And then I'll just add, off camera, I'll add a twisty tie or a chenille stem on the back side down here to keep that from going anywhere. But here's what we have so far. So then I'm going to put that to the side and we'll work on our bow. So I'm going to bring in my ribbons, my bow maker, and some tulle. I'm hoping maybe these two colors will help in my lights break some of that red up. So I got these lights at the Dollar Tree, and they have to steal the lights from my bell. Those are different. I have to steal the lights from the Easter lights, which are up here. Let's steal those. Nope, those aren't any in there. Well, we'll pretend that the lights have batteries. And then we'll do that later. We'll put that basket back up here. Okay. We'll get it figured out. So I think I'm going to cut at least do white. This will be how I tie the wreath together, or the bow together. Crying out loud. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a big old long strand. And we'll put it down the center. Okay, and I think we'll start with, I don't know if I want to add any burlap just to give it some bulk in the back. I don't think so. I think we'll just start with red. So I want a pretty long tail. It's pretty long. And then I got to do a little twist because this is not a double-sided ribbon. So I need to twist it so that my back side is not showing. Same way over here. And because this is a large wreath, it needs to have a fairly large bow. I'm going to do a couple of loops. So I need to twist that one. And then we'll end in there. I think that'll work. And so I'm just pulling these down here. I know you probably can't see, just to try to get them as even as I can. So there's the red. And I think we'll do the white with the polka dots. Okay, so we'll start here. And again, I'll have to twist because it's not a two-sided bow or two-sided ribbon. So you need to give it a quarter twist or I just need to keep going. You can tell I don't make these bows very often. As awkward as they come. Actually, I'm going to make that to be a little smaller. Then I need to twist that one. And then bring that down to where it kind of matches and cut it. So I have the same length of tail. And I'm trying to go a little smaller with the loops for each ribbon, just to kind of give some depth to my final bow. So I think we'll come in with this gingham. Although we may do it last. It's the thinnest, so maybe we'll do this one next. Well, this one's from a Dala 25 tree. Kendra says she still struggles with bows, even with the bow maker. Yeah, it does help keep everything because I can't hang on to everything. But yeah, I'm not the best at these loopy bows. I like the messy bows. I actually have gotten to where I prefer just like strips of fabric that kind of like a tassel, just because it's super easy and I just like the look. It's kind of primitive. Okay, so just trying to match somewhat the length of the tails that I have. Adia makes this look so easy. Or not, yeah. Yeah, is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah. Gosh, I haven't seen, I kind of miss hanging out with all you door hangers, but now this one is sort of double-sided, but the shiny, the glittery, sparkly part is only on one side. So I'm still going to give it a bit of a twist. So I'm just going to twist it on the side. Good golly molly. Yeah, twist it. And then so how is the gang from Confetti Creative? I'm just hanging out with all you guys, but you can subscription yourself to the poorhouse if you're not careful. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We'll get it looking all pretty here at the end. It's looking kind of a hot mess right now. And then I wonder, I think I'll put this and then we'll do the lights. So this is a little thinner. I want to make it a little shorter. Maybe. We'll stick that there. And this one's fairly, I mean, it's the same front and back, so I'm not going to give it a little twist. And I'm going to make it a little shorter, the loops a little shorter than I did the previous ribbons, just to kind of give it a little bit of depth, a little bit of fullness. Okay. Whew. It's getting hot in here. Okay. Okay, now let's add our lights. Confetti Creative doing just fine, still enjoying it. I know, I miss all the girls. Kendra says, yes, you can subscription yourself into the poorhouse. You had to let some go that you were in. Yep. If I had to pick one, it would be Confetti Creative, or yeah, Confetti Creative. I learned a lot from not only Regina, but you all. But it just got a little too expensive, especially when I didn't have any creative income coming in. So I'm going to put these down, and then I think I'm going to put the tulle down. I got to figure out how I want to do it. I think. And I got to figure out what to do with the battery pack. Let's do that one a little longer. And I think just do it that way. And we'll shove the battery pack back there. I think that looks cute. And then I don't know whether to add any of this color in or just stick with white. Hello, Miss Ashley. You snuck in on me. I think we'll just add in some white, but let's bring up our sign again. So this is the sign that we created. So I don't know whether to add in any of this to bring in more of that teal, or should I just stick with white? I should have probably put a teal in the actual bow, and I could go back, but let's see maybe what my stash. I might have something actually, although I don't really want to take the bow apart. Let's see what I have. Ouch. I'm just going to figure out where it's all at. I know I have one that has red and teal on it. What'd I do with you? There's what I did with it. Must have used it all, but I can't imagine that I would have. It's this ribbon, but it's kind of Christmas. It does have some green in it. That may not have worked. Oh well, we'll punt that idea. Ashley says she likes the white, so I think we'll just stick with the white. And I'm mainly just putting some on there so I can hide the lights a little bit. Actually, I'll just do this the old-fashioned way. This might be overkill. Okay. Oh, if you guys could see my desk, it's atrocious. So I think that'll help kind of hide a little bit of the lights. And so now I have my white tool that I put down here to tie with. See if I can get all that scrunched down in there. Tie it again. And now let's see what kind of a mess I have. It's really loose. Now I need to untie it. Shouldn't have tied so many knots. Luckily, tulle is easy to untie. Actually, I think instead of untying it, because what I was able to do was kind of scrunch it back down. So now there's a lot of slack there. So I think I'm just going to wrap really tightly. I'm going to tuck that in there so that's out of my way. So I'm just going to wrap really tightly that way. And then I'm going to wrap really tightly that way. Let's see if I can get it tighter. Pull really tight. is too poofy. Hello, Miss Caitlin. We are working on the bow for our paper bag wreath. That's going to work. So then I'm going to pull all of that to the back and tie it in the back really tight. Okay, so let's put that away. I think we're... So when I get my batteries in my lights, it'll look really pretty. And I'm just going to have to floof a lot. She's poofy. Okay, so now let's fluff the side, and it's all going to get smashed when I put it on the wreath anyway, but so at least give us a start. My lights kind of get buried. There are heart lights in here somewhere. There's a set. There's the other. There's all of this side right there. Okay. Yeah, she's big and poofy. Okay, so let's get get this big mess figured out. I may have made it too poofy. Is there such thing as a too poofy bow? I like my hair big. Okay, let's get our wreath back out. Here's the sign that we made. Oh, I have a mess. So here's our sign. Here's the top. So I'm going to take oh yeah, she's way poofy. I'm going to have to do a lot of, I need to pull some of these up to the top. Put those down to the bottom. My lights get buried. Okay, so here's my too much paraphernalia. Okay, so here's my light box and my battery box. So I'm going to put that back to the back. I'm just going to flippy time this thing. Ashley says love it. Kendra says nope, there's no such thing as too poofy. Okay, so I'm going to, there's the battery pack. I'm going to take my tool. I've got my, you can't see under that because I have too much crap on my desk. I'm just taking the strands of my tool that I used to tie with. Oh boy. That's a lot of stuff. And then where's my other? My lights get buried. They're hanging down here. Okay, so let's tie this on. I'm just going to tie it in a bow for right now. Bury that. And then I'm going to put the battery, because I don't have any batteries yet. I'm just going to tuck it to the inside of my paper bag wreath and try to get all that closed back up. And then put her over here. I'm going to put this towards the top because they're the longest. Oh boy, she's poofy. that down. He's a poofy one. Okay. So I'm just going to take my tails and how do I want to do it? I'm not fond personally of the dovetails because I think it always, when I do it, it looks like bat wings. So I like to, I just kind of like to angle cut the ends of my ribbon. And I do know, but I think I took my lighter out. One of these is going to need some fray help. So I think until I can get my lighter, I'm going to get my pinking shears out. And this will, if I cut this Dollar Tree ribbon with some pinking shears, it'll help keep it from fraying. See, I just cut it with my pinking shears for now. Okay. So I get all the ribbons on that side. And I'm just cutting all these. Same thing with this one. I'll just cut it with my pinking shears until I can source my lighter. What's this one? I'm not even for sure if these are even. I can't I can't see it yet. I think these might be, oh yeah, they're way longer. Okay. Just kind of holding them out. Just kind of trim them to where they're mostly even. Okay. Let's see if I can hold this up. I do still need to add a twisty tie down here to tie it, to connect it to the wreath at the bottom. But let's hold this thingy up and see what it looks like. Kind of lopsided, because my sign is lopsided. Let's get it clear back here. So this will kind of sit here at an angle. Yeah, I kind of think it needs some teal. That bow is humongo. Yeah, I have to figure out maybe how to add. Do you think I should add some teal? It's pretty red forward. And then to kind of help with these, sometimes you can kind of fold your ends like that to where they're not so wild. Just kind of pleat them a little bit. Kind of losing my whites. That looks a little better. Actually, Kendria and Ashley both say, yeah, add teal, but they don't know how. Well, thanks, peeps. I'll figure it out. I'll find some different ribbon, and I may have to deconstruct the bow a little bit, but it is a little teal. It's a little red forward. So I'm just pleating these just to make them to where they're not so wild. That might help them lay a little better. I could take the wire or the white tulle out and use some of my shreds of teal bandana. That might look good. I'll have to do that. Well, let's put it up again now that I kind of shushed it up a little bit. So my poor lights, they're buried clear back here. I'm going to have to put it like back there. We'll have to figure out what to do about the lights, but other than that, I think it looks really cute. But yeah, it definitely needs some teal. I'll figure it out. We'll play with it. And I think I need, yeah. I'm gonna have to get this one was my favorite bow. I'll just have to, maybe less is more. Maybe I have too much going on. Because I really liked this bow. It looked good on the wreath, and you could see the lights because they stuck up. And maybe I could wrap them around some white chenille stems to get them to stick up some more. But we'll get it fixed. We'll get it fluffed, and even this ribbon, but I don't think I have any more of that. And I think I got it at Walmart. I have that much left. That might work. We'll see. If not, I can maybe take this one apart and steal this teal. We may do that. Okay. I appreciate you hanging out, but before I let you go, let's do the drawing. Ashley says it's really cute. Thank you. Let's do the drawing from this morning's check-in post. It was, if I could give you $100, what crafty item or items would you spend it on? So you can put that in the comments of this live, but let's share the screen. Make sure you guys can see that. So I'm going to remove this because you don't need that. Okay, so these were the 4 comments, but mine won't count. So if I draw myself, I won't count it. So somebody said a Cricut yearly membership or just fun fabric. Somebody else, I want more surfaces to chalk on or a wood cutter, a knitting machine. And then I put a stockpile of wood sheets for my X tool machine because wood is expensive. Okay, let's confirm. Make sure you guys can see that. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit the start button. So drum roll, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Stacya's the winner. Congratulations, Stacya. I will get with you about what you've won, and I think I owe you probably like 452 other Happy Mail gift away items, so I will get with you and get you something from my stash. So let's go ahead and stop that. Congratulations. I hope to be live again this weekend. I know I promise that every week, but there's some really cute, Kendria says, congratulations, Stacya. Really cute projects I want to do. And yeah, so I will be live again this weekend. Also, I'm going to try to do a mini live sale with some winter and Valentine's Day themed transfers and surfaces. So be looking for information about that. Probably only 20-ish items, mini sale, but I'd like to get some stock out and into your hands so that you can get crafty. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off. So I appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.